Today is the second Sunday of Easter, and this Sunday is called the Sunday of the Divine Mercy. It was in the year 2000 that Pope John Paul II, the saint, he beatified Mary Faustina, the Polish nun of the Divine Mercy, and the next day, to the utter surprise of many, the Pope proclaimed every second Sunday to be named as the Sunday of the Divine Mercy. In fact, it is not only today, but every day is the day of Divine Mercy. Every moment is a moment of divine mercy. Paschal mystery is the greatest example of the divine mercy. The evangelist writes, God loved the world so much that he sent his only begotten Son to the world. So that shows God's greatest mercy. Then, after the resurrection, the first act that the risen Lord does is an act of mercy, great mercy. He was betrayed. He was persecuted. He was denied. He was disowned. He was crucified. He was killed. After his resurrection, he comes back to his people who did all these negative things to him, not to show his arrogance, anger, or to take vengeance. Humans, we would do that. If anybody were to hurt us, it is our animal nature that we would like to see the person who inflicted suffering on me should suffer. That's very human. And we would have expected Jesus, when he conquered death, nobody else has done it so far, so he could have approached the apostles, the followers, and really found fault with him and show his glorious victory. Instead, he goes in search of the very people who did all these things to him. And he wishes peace. In fact, peace here is not a wish. It's a gift. Once the resurrected Lord gives the gift of peace, the next thing that he does is he breathed on them and said to them, receive the Holy Spirit. This breathing, this word is found only in two places in the whole of the Bible. One place is in today's Gospel, John chapter 20. He breathed on them. Emphasao, that is the word. Emphasao is found in another place in the Bible, in Genesis. God, having created Adam, he breathed on him, emphasao. He gives life to Adam, God the Creator. The second person in the Trinity, Jesus, gives new life. He breathes on the apostles, gives them new life with the gift of the Holy Spirit. The word used for peace is shalom. It is not only the absence of conflict. The shalom contains a gamut of meanings: wholeness, well-being, success, joy, contentment. Whatever good you imagine, the word shalom contains that meaning. So it is that shalom that the risen Lord wishes or gives to the followers. When Mary Faustina, the Polish nun, had the apparition of the Lord, he tells Sister Faustina, I quote, "I require you to make acts of mercy, which is to come from your love to me. As a result of your love to me, you have to show the acts of mercy." In fact, today's reading, especially the first and the second readings, tell us what type of life that those who experience divine mercy would live. There are 4 characteristics of those who have experienced divine mercy, and they are expected to manifest these 4 characteristics. This was found in the early Christians. First is acceptance of the authority of the apostles. Second is the life of community. Second, participation in the breaking of the bread. Fourth, daily prayer. These are the 4 acts that are found in a community or of a person who has experienced divine mercy and who manifests that. In fact, you might wonder whether such thing is possible, like we heard in the first reading that they kept everything in common. I experienced one community of religious fathers and brothers, Capuchin community, in Milan. Whatever they get or they earn, there is a box and they leave everything there. Whatever they need, nowadays credit card, they get it and they spend whatever they want and they write it. Whatever gift the people bring, they leave it at the table in that room. They still do that. I think definitely even in our families, when we were small, perhaps you must have experienced such kind of things. Father is the breadwinner, he earns money, and he leaves all the money in one place. Usually the mother is a spender, at least in my family it was like that. We children knew where all the money is, and it was like a common life. The early Christians lived a large, joyful family like that. So, divine mercy is to be experienced. Divine mercy is also to be manifested. Is faith life possible? Then we have the example of St. Thomas in today's gospel. St. Thomas is a saint suitable of our times. Our time, which is characterized by skepticism and empiricism, well, we need saints like St. Thomas. We like evidence, we doubt, we want to experience things, we long to have the empirical knowledge, touch and see and feel and know. But I was thinking last night, well, we love science, and everything is experimented, everything is observed, and then we come to conclusions in science. Scientific truths are tested knowledge. But yes, it is so at the initial stage when we heard that there is a virus called COVID-19. Did you see that virus? We did not see. The television showed us. The media, they told that such a thing exists. We believed the experts. We began to believe the scientists, research workers. So I was just thinking, even science could lack empirical knowledge. At the initial stage, science does have the empirical knowledge, but when it comes to our stage, we are not looking for any evidence. Faith is like that. Though St. Thomas wanted to touch and see and feel the wounds and the side of the Lord, the Gospels do not say that he really touched Jesus. Explanations are impossible for those who do not believe. But for those who believe, explanations are not necessary. So the Divine Mercy Sunday calls us to experience God's mercy, which comes to us always, and also to live that life even in our day-to-day life, so that others would experience the mercy of the Lord in and through us.